Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, or good evening, as the case may be. And not only is it evening, I should also say Happy New Year. This is the first time I've been in this space with you all during the new year, and I'm glad to be here. So thank you all so much for joining. It's Cutler here on the Let's Talk to Cutler broadcast, the Let's Talk to Cutler program. And I'm just so thankful to share this space. I'm only here, as you all know, for 1800 seconds. So whatever space you allow me to share, for that, I'm thankful. Only got 1800 seconds. I need to make every minute meaningful, every moment matter, and every second significant. I'm thankful for you all. I hope you've been having a wonderful holiday. As you all know, we've been just coming along through the year. We started midstream, but now in our conversation, we're at the beginning of this book, Billboards to Better, 366 Daily Sources of Motivation and Inspiration Along the Highway of Life. We're here every Tuesday, every Thursday at 8 p.m. Do me a favor. If this is your first time, please make sure that you subscribe. And then after you subscribe, click on that bell so that you can get notified whenever I'm live or whenever I've uploaded new content. Also, would you all do me a favor? Please make sure that you share this conversation, that you share our Tuesday and Thursday get-togethers, and invite somebody else to come along and watch. And if this is your first time, let me say thank you for joining. I'm only here 1800 seconds. I don't waste your time. I based our conversation on this book. And in just a moment, I'm going to shout out our LTTC VIPs for the evening. But listen, you all, this is what we do. Every Tuesday, we read a quote from Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And then on Thursday, when we meet back up, we'll read a quote from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The quote on Saturday is all day your way. You can use it to start your meditation or to start a conversation, however you use it. That's up to you. I'm thankful for you all being here. And what I'm going to do now is go ahead and get started with reading quotes. But if you don't have the book, run on over to Amazon.com or to my website, www.gbcutler, and get run over to www.gbcutler and get the book. I'm laughing at some of the comments, and I'll catch you all up in just a little bit about some of the funny comments that I'm going to see. But what I really want you all to do is to come on in, join the conversation, and let's talk. I think I'm going to do more straight shooting this year, shooting from the hip, and not necessarily relying on any notes, because I'm really passionate about the quotes in this book. You all, the goal is to make sure that at the close of the day, we feel so much more better. We feel so much better about ourselves than we did when the day started. We feel more empowered. We feel more invigorated. We feel more, I can't think of the more hype, as the young folk would say. And you're thankful for the day. So what I want you to do, you all do me a favor. Let's build up this Let's Talk to Cutler family. Can we do that? Let's build up this Let's Talk to Cutler family. Go and get about 50, 60,000 more people and tell them, you all come on over here. Do me a favor also. Do a thumbs up on the conversation. It lets YouTube know that you like the content. It lets me know that you are encouraged. All right, let's go ahead and read the quote. You all, I'm on fire when it comes to these quotes. But let me just acknowledge our LTTC VIPs for this evening. They are Sonia Bailey, Patricia Davis, and Trinice Cutler. I'm so glad to see you all. Happy New Year to everybody. And yes, I have hair. I'll talk about that later. All right, you all, I want to get started with the quotes. The quote for January 3rd is a powerhouse quote, you all, right out of the gate. That's for Sunday. It says, hey there, cousin lady. It says, you all, have a party twice a day. At the beginning of the day, because you get to see it, and at the end of the day, because you survived it. You are a seer and a survivor. You all, I don't need a script. I don't need any notes to jump in and talk about that. I'm telling you all, I want you all, as you get ready to go through 2021, every single day, have a party 2 times a day at the beginning of the day, because you wake up and you get a chance to see the day. And not only do I want you to see the day, but I want you to seize the day. And not only do I want you to seize the day, but to really see the day and to see yourself victorious during the day, to see yourself as an overcomer during the day, see yourself doing different things that make you happy, that make you fulfilled, that make you feel like you are really a contributing member of this thing called planet Earth, because you are. And then you all, guess what? Count your blessings, because there were people who went to sleep last night who didn't get a chance to wake up and see the day. So wake up and have a party, because you got a chance to see the day. Take advantage of every moment and do what we do here every Tuesday and every Thursday. You all, I'm telling you, I'm excited about this. Every Tuesday and Thursday, what do I say? I'm trying to make every moment meaningful and every minute matter. So when you get a chance to see the day, see it as a blank slate. A blank slate that says, I get to paint anything that I want on this canvas that God has given me today. And if you don't like anything that you paint, just pick up another paintbrush and another color and start painting. Happy New Year to everybody. You all, what I want you to do is just comment and say Happy New Year to each other. But I'm telling you all, this is the quote: have a party twice a day. At the beginning, because you see it, and at the end of the day, because you survived it. I want to tell you all, you are a seer and a survivor. Because there again, there were those people who went to sleep last night who didn't get up and they didn't get a chance to see the day. But we get a chance to see it in all of its beauty and in all of its splendor. And I'm telling you all, don't take any moment for granted. Don't just look at it, but really see it. See it for what it is. See every moment that you get a chance to breathe. See every moment that you get a chance to inhale and exhale, and every moment that you get a chance to enjoy. Take a look at the clouds. Take a look at the trees. Take a look at the animals. Take a look at the people and count your blessings. Really see the day. And be thankful that we get a chance to see it. We get a chance to participate in God's creation one more day. And then at the end of the day, have you all ever heard these people who say stuff? And sometimes I use the saying, well, at the end of the day, but truly, when we go through 2021, I want us to think about it. At the end of the day, it may not have gone like I wanted it to go. I may not have gotten a chance to do everything that I wanted to do, see everybody that I wanted to see, and accomplish all that I had hoped to accomplish. But at the end of the day, guess what, you all? We can look back and say, I survived it. With everything that it presented, every challenge, every obstacle, every hurdle, I survived it. So before you close your eyes each night, you also have another party. Because guess what? You got a chance to be a survivor and an endurer and a conqueror. So I'm telling you all, learn how to have a party twice a day. At the beginning, because you see it. At the end, because you survived it. Do you not know that there were people who started out the day to day with us? But by the time we've gotten here to where we are this evening, they're no longer here. Not in the physical form, they're no longer here. You all, let's learn to count our blessings every single day. And it doesn't matter how insignificant they may seem to some people, but a blessing is a blessing is a blessing. A miracle is a miracle is a miracle. I'm telling you all, I'm motivated. I'm excited about this year and what this year is going to bring, but I have a new focus. I have a new outlook. And my outlook is to get up every day and celebrate the fact that I got up. When I grew up, you all, I used to hear people say things like, oh, you know what? I'm so glad that, well, this is what they would say. They would say, I'm so glad that I'm clothed in my right mind. But really, it comes from the scripture that says, I'm clothed and I'm clothed and in my right mind. But here is the thing, you all. I'm so glad that I woke up and I had my right mind. I knew my left from my right. I knew up from down. I am so glad that I had a reasonable portion of health and strength. I am so glad that nobody had to dress me. And even if they did, I'm thankful that I'm here. I'm telling you all, this year, there is no day that's going to go by that I don't celebrate. No day will happen that I don't have a party. Absolutely not, because I'm a seer and a survivor. I wish you all would grab onto that thing like I feel it. I'm a seer, and I'm having a party twice a day. I'm having a party. Somebody just write in the comments, let the party begin. Let the party begin. Every morning when you wake up, whatever your morning routine is, find a way to celebrate. Find a way to give thanks. And I'd be curious. I would be curious to know what creative ways you all are going to celebrate, because I just might want to be in on the celebration. So I'm going to tell you all what. My email address. My email address is talk2cutler, talk and the number 2, Cutler at gmail.com. I want to know how you all are going to celebrate at the beginning of the day. And then I want to know how you're going to celebrate at the end of the day. Are you all in this thing with me? Let's party. Let's celebrate. Let's count our blessings, because we are seers and survivors. And that means we are active participants. Absolutely. I love it. Let the party begin. Let the party begin. And you know what? Your party in the morning might be better than your party in the evening. But so what? Party. Let the party begin. I'm thankful because we're seers and we are survivors. And that's going to be my theme as I go through. I'm going to have a whole lot of things, but that's going to be one of them. Have a party twice a day, you all. And don't let anybody rain on your parade. Don't let anybody ruin your party. And when they say, why are you so happy? Because you tell them, I'm a seer and a survivor. Well, did everything happen? Did you get a new house? Did you get a new car? Did you get this? No, I didn't get none of that. But I got a chance to see the day and I got a chance to survive it. Let the party begin. Y'all, I got 1,800 seconds, but I'm on fire for this one right here. And I'm thankful because guess what? We're going to do this thing together this year. We're going to do it together, you all. I got to move on to January 4th. Moving on to January 4th, where it says, stop treating, yeah, you all, let's party. Stop treating the casualties of war as if they are the causes of war. Let me read the anecdote that comes along with that. Stop treating the casualties of war as if they are the causes of war. Anecdotally, you all, I wrote this. People who mistreat you, y'all hang on to your spiritual building for just a moment, your spiritual foundation for just a moment. Do you not know that people who mistreat you and people who treat you in a nasty way, I just say they're just used by the devil. The devil is the cause. The devil is the cause. So let's stop fighting with people. Your fight is not against flesh and blood, but your fight is against these spirits. I'm telling you all this. So here's what I say. Pray for your neighbors. Just pray for them, you all. The good ones and the not so good ones. But here's what we're not going to do in 2021. We are going to grow ourselves. We're going to grow ourselves in every way that we can. If that means intellectually, if it means emotionally, if it means psychologically, and even if it means spiritually, we're going to grow ourselves up and we're going to stop treating casualties of war as if they are the causes of war. What am I saying? I'm saying a lot of times we focus our fights on people and we focus less on the thing that's influencing them to act the way that they act. You all, let's pierce the darkness. Let's pierce the veils and stop treating you all. It would become easier for us to pray for our enemies. It would become easier for us to pray for people if we realize, you know what? I'm gonna share this with you all. It's like we say growing up in the country, you know, they done lost their mind. And a lot of times folk done lost their mind. Why did they lose their mind? How did they lose their mind? They lost their mind listening to other people. They lost their mind being under the influence of drugs sometimes, under the influence of alcohol, under the influence of people. You all, so here's what you don't do. Don't get in fights, not ongoing fights. Don't you lose all of your positivity. Don't you lose all of your good energy. Don't you lose your spiritual foundation fooling with people who themselves are casualties of war. What am I saying? A lot of times we fight with people who are bruised, broken, and battered. And that's not even a fair fight. Most of the time, they ain't got good sense. I heard those double negatives that I just used in that colloquialism, but most of the time, they ain't got good sense. Don't y'all use your good energy, your positivity, fooling with people who are broken, battered, demolished, and fragmented themselves. Evaluate the arguments that we've had. Evaluate the disagreements that we've had with people that we love, with people that we trust. And at the core of something, you all, I'm telling you this, at the core of it all, look at those people and you'll see that there's a hole in their soul. You'll see that there's a wound in their spirits. You'll see that there's something fragmented about them, something broken about them, something disconnected. Why argue with disconnected people? There's a quote, I didn't make it up, but there's a quote that says, I don't argue with fools because somebody walking by may not be able to tell the difference. Good evening, everybody. Good evening to you all, Raydella, Annie, Audrey, Yvonne, Rika. Good evening to all of you. I'm on fire, but I want us to remember this. Don't waste your energy fighting with people, especially people who are fragmented, broken, and bruised, tattered, and torn, wounded. Not in 2021. I'm not going to, you all take a page from my book. I'm not going to get in a fight with you unless I can determine that you're a whole person. And by whole, I mean that you're in your right mind. I've got to make sure that you are a pensive, cogitating person before I waste my good energy on you. Not in 2021. I'm not wasting, not my good energy. Not somebody put in the chat, not my good energy. I'm not wasting my good energy on people who are broken in 2021. Don't treat casual. They are a casualty of somebody else's war. And a lot of times people bring all that over into conversations and relations with you when they were broken and wounded by somebody else. Not at all. So again, this quote says, stop treating the casualties of war as if they are the causes of war. You all don't do it. Not in 2021. Not in 2021. Don't waste your good energy. Don't waste your good energy on people themselves who are broken. And for goodness sakes, don't you be the broken person. Don't you be the broken person. Don't you be the wounded person. Don't go into a relationship or conversation taking all of your brokenness into that conversation. Don't go bleeding into a conversation, bleeding on other people. And you all, I really could go on and on and on about that because it's interesting. I've seen broken people conversing. I've seen fragmented people conversing, and two fragmented people can never give you a whole conversation. I got to go on to the next quote with that, you all, but they can't. You all know it's true. How can two fragmented, incomplete people give you a whole conversation? They can't. So don't you be a fragmented person. Don't do it, because we're riding along the highway of life, you all. And we're becoming better, and we're reading the billboards, because some of the billboards that we look at will say, hey, are you a whole person today? Or are you a fragmented person? Are you broken, or are you complete? And some of these billboards are going to give us a chance to do self-assessments and take introspective looks at ourselves and say, you know what, before I offer the world me today, I need to make sure that I got me together. All right. So then I got to move on to January 5th. Because how many of you all, just be honest, if you want to email me, you can do that. But how many of you will be honest and really confess that you have found yourself arguing with people and you all know they didn't have good sense? And I hate to put it that way, but how many of you have ever found yourself arguing with people who you know didn't have? And then you said to yourself, why in the world did I waste my time? Why in the world did I spend my time? And you felt less than whole yourself. You don't have to tell them yourself. Let me just raise both hands for me. I've done it. Spent my good time arguing, spent my good time analyzing, spent my good time evaluating, spent my good time assessing, spent my good time trying to make sense out of something that couldn't make sense to somebody who didn't have sense to make it make sense. I'm not arguing with people like that. All right, you all. And I just want to encourage you all, don't do it either. Don't do it either. I'm going to go into January 5th. Today is January 5th. So I want to go to the quote for January 5th. Again, if you don't, you all, please tell people about this conversation. Tell people about this conversation. I'm reading the comments. I've done it too, you all. I've done it too. Don't argue with fools and clowns. That's all I can say. Right. Spend time overthinking. Y'all, let's in 2021, here's what you do. turn, walk away, and laugh. And remember this conversation tonight. Remember this conversation and say, you know what? Cutler said, don't argue with fools and clowns. And you turn away and you say, you in one of those categories. So I'm not arguing with you. And you'll laugh about it and you'll feel better. You will laugh about it and you'll feel better. And you will be thankful that you didn't waste your good time. And it will reconnect us to quote number one that says, at the end of the day, I was a survivor. And you will feel better about how you survived the day. You survived the day without wasting your good energy on people. I got to go into January 5th, you all. Today is January 5th, and I'm glad about it. All right. Let's see. Yes, let's see. Some folks, right, they're just definitely not worth your energy and your time. January 5th, you all, if there is no moment of inspiration, lay hold to January 5th. Lay hold to January 5th, you all, because whenever you're troubled in your mind and whenever you're conflicted in your hearts about who you are and your sense of self-worth, hang on to this quote that says, you can't be a miracle and a mistake at the same time. Absolutely not. You with your miraculous self cannot be a miracle and a mistake at the same time. A lot of times we are conflicted about who we are. A lot of times we have contradictions about who and how we're going to show up and how we're going to be. But I want every single day that you step on God's green earth, or God's snow-covered earth, or God's water-covered earth, whatever it is, you all, when you put your foot on a foundation every single morning, say to yourself as you see the day, I am God's miracle. I'm a miracle. And when you recognize that you are a miracle, there is nothing about you that says I'm a mistake. I don't care how you got here, how your parents met. There is nothing about you that says I'm a mistake. You are here because you were designed to be here. You are here because you were destined to be here. You are here because you were called to be here. And whether your mother and father ever spent a day together after you were conceived, it does not matter. Some people may not know who their father was or who their mother was because they may have been adopted. It does not matter. You are not a mistake. You are not a mistake. And with everything that is within me, I pierce and shatter every thought in anybody's heart and mind that says, oh, it's just a mistake that I'm here. I wish I wouldn't have been here. You know what? I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. And you be glad that you're here. So every day when you start that day and you said, I'm a seer, you see yourself first and see yourself for the miracle that you are. And there can be no conflict. There can be no conflict because miracle and mistake cannot dwell in the same glass of water. No, no, ma'am, no, sir, not at all. Let's talk the Cutler family and friends. Absolutely not. You are a miracle and never a mistake. Your life, your calling, your purpose here is intentional. There is nothing unintentional about you being here. You are not here by mistake. You're not here haphazardly, by chance. No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And whether you have discovered destiny or purpose is insignificant. It doesn't matter. You're a miracle. You're wonderfully and masterfully made in the image of the one who created the whole wide world. So I want you to exude positivity. I want you to exude self-worth. I want you to understand that you are no less important than any other creature or creation that walks this earth. Whether they walk, swim, crawl, or fly, they are not important than you. Absolutely not. You all, and we're not miracles in the making. We are existing miracles. So see yourself for the miracle that you are. And that is the moment of inspiration that I want to offer us this evening. I want us to take I want, as we are piling up in this car, on this bus, on this truck, or whatever it is that we're traveling along the highway in together, I want us all to remind each other, hey, you're a miracle. Hey, you're a miracle. We are all miracles. And those moments when we will pull ourselves down or let other people pull us down, you remember this conversation. When life puts hurdles that you got to jump over, and then you get exhausted because you just jumped over that hurdle. But guess what? You take a breath and get back up with the miracle self that you are. Because there is no mistake in us. Absolutely not. Because we got too many cells, tissues, organs, and systems working together to be a mistake. We got too many senses and faculties operating for there to be a thing called a mistake. So live in the excellence that you are, my friends, my sisters, and my brothers. We're all miracles. We're all miracles. And so as I close, I want to remind us in this 1,800 seconds that I'm using, I want to remind us every single day, consider yourself a seer and a survivor. I got to see the day. At the end of it, I got a chance to survive it. Remind yourself as you're going through the day, I'm not wasting my positive energy on people who are casualties of war, people who are broken and disconnected themselves. I'm not doing that. But what am I going to do when I see those people? I'm not going to waste my energy on fussing and fighting with them, but I'm going to speak good words over them. You all would never know how powerful your words are. Rather than arguing with people who are casualties of war themselves, don't argue with them, but speak positively over them and try to build them back up. And if you find that you can't build them back up in one setting, you do the part that you can to keep right on going. Because guess what? Maybe it's not your responsibility to build them completely back up. There is a scripture that says one came along and sowed, one came along and watered, but it was God who gave the increase. So when you see broken people during the day, broken people in your family, broken people in your life, broken people on your job, you all don't treat them, don't fight them. They are casualties of wars themselves. So you don't have to use all of your energy. And if you don't have the power, the energy to rehabilitate fully, don't do it. Just plant a seed. Keep on going. Sprinkle so a little bit of water. Keep on going. Sometimes, you all, the most you can do is the most you can do. Do what you can do and leave the rest up to God. All right, I got to go. I don't know why I'm back on that quote. We're just going to learn how to treat people. We're going to learn how to let people treat us. All right, and then January 5th, you can't be a miracle and a mistake at the same time. I want us to see ourselves in 2020 as the beautiful people that we are. And don't let anybody devalue you. Don't let anybody scratch at your surface. Don't let anybody mark up the beauty that you exude. Don't do it. People don't get a chance to deface you. They don't have the right to do that. So we're not going to tolerate that in 2021. Not anybody here on the Let's Talk to Cutler family. We're going to build each other up, and we're going to remind us all that we are miracles. And we're all individual miracles in our own way, and yet we are a collective miracle. You all, here's what I want to do. I want to end this conversation. I'm so thankful, and I just want to say Happy New Year. That's why I'm just shouting out everybody that I've seen tonight. I'm just thankful for you all. And again, I want you all to do me a favor, do a thumbs up on the conversation. And I hope, again, that you're going to share this conversation. And I tell you all what I'm going to do. In about 30 minutes, I'm going to upload a special thank you message to you all for the support that you showed in 2020. And for the times that we got together, whether it was the book, whether it was on one platform or here on YouTube, I want to say thank you all so much. So I'm putting together a special video thank you. I hope that you all will just come back and you'll take a look at it in about half an hour. Put your comments and tell me what you think of it, you all, because I'm excited about it. I'm doing it especially for you all. But I want to close our conversation out tonight by reading a poem that I wrote, by reading this another poem that I wrote. Because when people say that you're a mistake, they lie. When people say that you are not excellent, they're lying. When people say that you can't live successfully, they're lying. When people try to tell us that we're not seers and survivors, they're lying. And so what I want us to do, as we said goodbye to 2020, we're going to say goodbye lie. I want to read this poem called Goodbye Lie. It is in my, oh my goodness, it's in my third book. It's in my third book called Who We Once Were. And it simply says, goodbye lie. The problem with me, as I can see, is that my name is infidelity. Unfortunately, that may be true, but tell me now the problem with you. The problem with her spirit is torn, and her name, just call her scorn. Still, I say that it's okay, but I haven't heard your name today. The problem with him is not just his name. He lives in misery and we call him shame. But who's to blame for ill-gotten fame? Still we wait to hear your name. The problem with us, and this is so true, for the longest time we've known all about you. There's nothing thrilling about your name, nothing fulfilling about your game, nothing redeeming about your type. No one can believe all your hype. The problem with you is that your name is liar. You were born a lie. You've lived a lie. And when you die, you will die a lie. Goodbye, lie. You all, for the past 1,800 seconds, it has been my pleasure to share this time and this space with you. Thank you, Redella. Please hit this thumbs up if you don't mind. And let's do what we've always done. Let's continue building community, maintaining connectivity. Keep your heads up and your hope up. Stay safe and stay sane. And come back and check me out in about 30 minutes. All right. Good night. I will see you all. Same place, same time, same space, Thursday. Love to all. And happy